turning back. The point of no return is upon us. All ye, abandon all hope. Past here. ONIC PH versus RRQ HOSHI. Let's check out the emblems and these early rotations. Real quick, you're seeing you're seeing Impure Rage on Rins. Good friend of ours, Husky, tried out some Novaria yesterday. Do note that there's still a mana weakness to this hero, even if that mana regen or mana costs got adjusted.
And now for... Okay. I thought we'd see something a little bit more aggressive. Oh, maybe once he's reached his level 4, then Brusco needs to make sure he's in the mid lane around Super Friends. I'm looking at the mid and the junglers for this one. It feels like out of these two, they're really the ones that can make or break an early to mid game power spike. The Joy and the Faramis on one hand, and the Novaria and the Hayabusa on the other, because the information that the Novaria provides, plus the utility, the sheer utility that the Faramis provides, it feels like it's those two most importantly to make sure they get that early to mid condition.
Yeah, well, now that you're mentioning that, they catch King Kong, forcing him back. You're gonna have to regen the old-fashioned way.
Wow.
There's a turtle spawning down in this little corner of the map in about 15 seconds. I think ONIC PH has a clear advantage because of timing. Timing-wise, as long as King Kong and Super Friends are in the same clump, they can get away with much more. RRQ HOSHI, though, there's a little bit of setup involved. You gotta land that Echoes.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, for both of these two, they don't want the other to reach so far into the late game. That's how good the Moscow of the Creature will be at that point. You see them being aggressive, trying to take this turtle. Electrifying Beast already committed, and King Kong will be able to get it as Susujin was getting zoned out. Tyron left behind here. It's just him against the fam, and it's first blood for the Friends. And they will continue into the purple buff AOG. The aggression of ONIC in a snap. Will Kelra even commit this? It might be a bit too much to ask for. Eda already forced the flicker, and they still connect with the grab.
And this whole time, King Kong's retribution has been untouched. Brusco will eventually bite it, but they're not done with Tyron!
Another kill for King Kong. Toy is here, and he says, this ain't worth it, man. I'm gonna go back to my lane and farm. And ONIC PH are now farming in RRQ HOSHI's own jungle.
Oh, these kind of rotations, these kinds of advantages 3 minutes in, it feels like something you only see in a scrim. But now ONIC PH have unleashed it onto RRQ in game number 3 of an elimination round. Dear God, look, they're still going!
Split by the glue, and that's enough for E-Doc to say, let's slow things down. 1.7k and climbing, or well, hovering around that, is the lead of ONIC Philippines. As RRQ HOSHI, they were shock and awed, and here comes E-Doc. They get shock and awed again. Now it's slow things down.
Looking at the items so far, Susujin about maybe 500, 1,000 gold away from his War Axe, so he can only really play defensively. No one he's hitting so far, and I'd say, you know what, about 4 minutes into game number 3, my theory stands true. You need to get that Echoes in before Rins becomes an actual factor. Because look at this! Oh, just one more and he will go down!
The trade combo between the Gatsatkacha and the Faramis. Pull the taunt plus all the magic damage that they can dish out brings Rins really low. He's at around 35% health. Brusco entering the jungle of RRQ HOSHI, trying to get the information and buying time, as it will be a free turtle for ONIC. And here comes Kelra landing the SOD, and Susujin falls.
Susujin can't catch a break. All this while, ONIC PH was working on the turtle. We haven't even really checked in on King Kong for the past minute or so. And look at this, double laning for Kelra. Sure, he had a shortcut, had the SOD, but just the same, they are catching more gold across the map than RRQ HOSHI could. Even EXP, Dyron has to answer to everything that RRQ HOSHI can, because looking at their lineup, he's the only one who can really respond. Brusco, another 2v1 engagement.
Seems like at this point, E-Doc we've seen Edok and just the border of the river, just the shoreline. Every time he tries to get info, someone's there stopping him. Usually it's Kirk. And look at Edok, the idol of game 1, trying to get away from this glue. But it's too much of a sticky situation as Super Friends sidesteps the Star Shatter. They are still getting chased though. It forces out the ultimate of the Faramis. The SOD will not land as Toy is able to dash away. And Kirk, Super Friends, and Brusco might call it enough. Kirk might be left behind. Will RRQ HOSHI chase down this glue? They can't. They don't have the right tools for it.
Sutsujin, though, letting out a quad shadow just in case Kirk had his reservations. ONIC PH now 3,000 gold ahead. Pop in a tier 1 up top despite all that's happened across the map. Remember, when was the last time you saw a Twilight armor built in 5 minutes? That's what Kirk did here.
Oh, that is fast. Respecting the burst. Okay, so since it's only 1 magic damage on the side of RRQ HOSHI, he didn't need to go Radiant, he didn't need to go Athena's. There are 2 bursts, so I like this Twilight.
He didn't need to go Antique so soon. Yeah. I reckon he's on his way to just but a casual Dreadnought, since there is a Granger and a Hayabusa. But as it is, he just said, yeah, I just don't want to get bursted. As long as I get my split, I should be fine in these engagements. And that's been paying dividends for ONIC PH. Final turtle of this game spawning upper quarter. 3,000 gold still standing on ONIC PH. Nothing from RRQ so far. It's been tough to be Sutsujin, man. 0-2 this early. Looking for a pull, forcing a Sacred Hammer from Edok. They catch Dyron once more.
They see the Hilda, they see the take. The Astral Echo sees all those Spear of Destruction.
AOG!
And here comes the Super Fam! The Avatar of Guardian by the Bruiser to set things up. And in a snap, 2 fall on the side of HOSHI as Sutsujin will just try to make space in the map as ONIC is making the map theirs.
They take priority on the turret in mid. All this while, Sutsujin taking what they could for the kingdom. Tier 1 down bottom, taking down a little bit of breathing room for Toy. And I'd reckon this is ONIC PH taking advantage of that whole Granger situation. Early in the game, without items, the Granger can't hold its own, can't punish opponents that are pushing in forward over and over and over again. The final turtle scored here by ONIC PH. And there's nothing the Kingdom could do. Brusco spots Sutsujin playing footsies. King Kong, can he take this? Can he steal it? The answer is yes.
He does. Oh no, he doesn't.
He doesn't? Where
He
did he
doesn't.
go?
Yeah, that's a purple buff under the feet of Sutsujin.
Sutsujin took it then.
Yeah,
The
he's still able to
retribution
experience.
still is sharp.
All right, so a little bit of a breathing room for Sutsujin as he finally gets a buff.
Count their blessings at least.
Yeah. And yeah, you were right. Dreadnought armor for the glue, or as the business would call, a sleeveless anti-cuirass. That's an official thing, right?
Just a little bit of protection from Sutsujin and Toy. So far, looking at who's making the most of this lead, I'd reckon would be... I would assume Kelra would be farming out his mind, but no, Toy is actually holding on pretty well. Yep. Toy is sitting at about 100 gold away from Kelra.
I think that's also one of the reasons why Sutsujin is just scrambling to get what farm is left for him, because they've also been funneling farm into the Granger. And the gold lane, other than, of course, the gank, was left relatively untouched.
That's where it's all at. It's on King Kong and Sutsujin. That's about 3,000 almost between these two.
The Super Fam have left RRQ HOSHI thunderstruck so far. 9 minutes into the 3rd game of this best of 3, an elimination match in the opening round of the Snapdragon Pro Series Challenge Finals playoffs. And it continues just, relentless! They didn't allow Sutsujin to play and they almost took him down there. And now it'll be a punish onto Edok if he cannot get away, but he's forced to commit the flicker. And they are still continuing. They don't want to stop.
All right. So far, so good. RRQ HOSHI saving themselves from sure carnage as ONIC PH ravage their tier 2s. Top lane gonna crash. There's a big wave in mid waiting to be welcomed. RRQ HOSHI holding for dear life, making sure that their impoverished shinobi don't fall even more. AOG coming in!
Just to make sure Edok cannot get away. And here comes King Kong! Trying to go after Toy and Sutsujin. It forces out the flicker from the Granger. Sutsujin able to dance away from the Joy. And ONIC PH break their first inhibitor of the game as they slowly break RRQ HOSHI apart.
We're approaching the 1,000 gold per minute net for RRQ under ONIC PH's boot as we reach the 10-minute mark. The current lead, 9,300. Holy Shields popped all lanes in, and ONIC are just eyeing this Lord. Nothing RRQ could do but to wait inside their base.
9.3. They focused on Sutsujin, and even though Granger was able to farm, we still have yet to feel the effects of Toy.
Toy needs setup, and Edok has been biting it. Edok has been just jumping down. It's the same situation again. Dyron is rocking a Hilda with Revitalize. Does this not look like Game 1 to you all over again, but the other way around?
An alternate universe, another version that we're seeing. Instead of getting the Hilda for themselves, they ended up with one of the picks that, hell, even RRQ HOSHI made popular in the challenge season with the glue last phase pickup. AOG charged up already. Here comes Brusco. Is this the end of the kingdom for the Snapdragon Pro Series Season 6? And the entry, the damage says it might just be. The ultimate of the Phantom is already committed. Everyone knows the light strikes before you even hear the thunder as the kingdom were left struck down by the reigning champions of the world.
The Super Fam get one over the kingdom. Moving through the brackets, ONIC PH 2-1 versus RRQ HOSHI.